Welcome to Movie Life Crisis. Join us as we watch the best movies from 30 years ago.
To see his kids,
I need to be with my children.
Daniel Hillard was ready for anything.
Hello!
Now, ready or not,
One drop or two. Would you like another one? Oh, there you go.
here comes Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, sir, the terrorists, they ran that way. It was a run by fruiting.
Robin Williams is Mrs. Doubtfire. A father's work is never done.
Mrs. Doubtfire. You're hurrying to the men's room.
Rated PG-13. Starts Wednesday, November 24th at theaters everywhere.
Mrs. Doubtfire, dear.
Oh, hello!
What, dude? Where is Mrs. Doubtfire from? Just somewhere
she's
in
from
Britain?
London, somewhere, all over.
London. Yeah. Sometimes she sounds Scottish, and I was.
Well, remember Pierce, how do you say his last name?
Shut up. Right before we got on, he was making fun of me because I couldn't remember how to say Pierce Brosnan. Is it Brosnan?
Yeah, it's Brosnan. How else would you pronounce that?
I
In the
don't
movie,
know.
he's like, oh, I'm from London. I was like, what part are you from? She's like, oh, from all over.
Oh.
So we never did learn.
So, because the AI came up with it and it said a Scottish British female. And I was like, I don't think she was Scottish. Does she sound Scottish?
No, she said she was British, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, I was trying to find the soundtrack, like the list of the songs that were in the movie because it was so good. And I realized now I never did pull that up. But even hearing Dude Looks Like a Lady, Aerosmith over the trailer, I'm like, every music cue in this movie was absolutely perfect.
Every single song that has something about a guy dressed like a girl, they just went
like
for
a
it.
man. They were
Yeah,
like, we got to
all
get
of
that
that.
one in there.
Yeah, got to do the.
I'm surprised they
do
didn't
that.
have like Boy Named Sue or something in there, although that's actually a boy. No, that might have worked. Would it?
Yeah, it
Can't
would have
remember.
worked. Luck Be a Lady. Friggin'
Yeah,
Dude
Luck
Looks
Be a
Like a Lady. My all-time favorite, though, is when they played Papa's Got a Brand New Bag.
Oh, man. It's
Because
so
that's my
good.
jam. That's my jam.
That's what I'm saying. Like that one didn't necessarily mean anything. The lyrics don't tie
yeah.
into the movie other than he's a dad and he's talking. The movie's about him and his kids. But that song friggin' goes hard in the paint. People still saying that? Probably not.
They're definitely not.
All right, good. Because I don't. We're talking about 1993. I don't want to be super up on the lingo.
I like Mrs. Doubtfire. The idea.
Yeah, absolutely. Movie Life Crisis Season 3, Episode 24, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Wow.
Second biggest movie of the year.
24.
We're almost done. We're almost done with 1993 for
That's crazy.
our podcast. We have 2 movies left after this one. We just released Weekend at Bernie's on Patreon. Thank you for everybody that let us know that they listen to Patreon. Jeff and I feel very differently about Weekend at Bernie's, and I like when we don't agree, but I hate when... Like I don't want to shit on a movie that someone likes. So like I didn't remember Weekend at Bernie's. Not to tip it for you guys. I didn't like it at all. And I don't want to. I'm not trying to record episodes about movies that I don't like because I don't think people click on it to hear that. But
Right.
if I see a movie that I haven't seen in 30 years and it sucks, I don't know what else to do except to just go on the podcast and say why I don't like it.
It was wall-to-wall jams. This man is crazy. No one listened to him.
Yeah, that's cool. You keep sucking up to the people by liking everything, but sometimes I see a movie I don't like, and I got to say so.
It was a delight. You
Side note, the main feed here is always going to be 30 years after the movie releases. This one came out November 24th, 1993. We're recording on November 29th, 2023.
Yeah.
And then it'll always be free. If you like what we're doing or if you want to support us or if you want to hear more movies, you can head over to Patreon and subscribe there for $5 a month. You can get all of our back catalog of bonus movies, our extended uncut interviews with people. All that stuff's over there. And you can help support us. Just this year we did Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Ghostbusters 2, Major League, Field of Dreams, Uncle Buck, When Harry Met Sally. All that stuff just from 1989.
Yeah. And to piggyback on that, we are going backwards. So we started in 91 with City Slickers, and we're going backwards from there. So now we're in 89 over there on Patreon.
Yeah, so when we finish up 89 Patreon movies, we're going to do National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation and maybe one more after that. But then when we get into 2024, we'll be in 94 movies on the main feed, which is going to be freaking banging. And then we'll be in 88 on Patreon, which is also going to be amazing. So
it's just every time I look at them, like there's so many good movies, and I'm so worried that one of them's going to be a Weekend at Bernie's for me, and I'm not going to Not going to be able to make it through.
As long as it's not a lot, it's okay. I just don't I feel bad. Like after we record the episode, like I don't care if me and you don't agree. I like that, but I don't want someone to click on it because they're excited about Weekend at Bernie's and they hear me shitting on Weekend at Bernie's. I wasn't trying to do that. It just turns out I didn't like it, but I didn't know that when we set it on the schedule. I couldn't know that until I watched it. So I'm saying, like, we're not doing like a riff tracks thing where we rip movies. That's not our game. But sometimes you don't remember them and they're not that good when you rewatch them.
Right. But like you said, you don't remember ever seeing it all the way through. So you were like, oh man, this is not what I remembered. Meanwhile, it was hitting all the nostalgia fields for me.
That one joke over and over again for 2 hours just kept getting funnier and funnier.
Delightful. Little necrophilia.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Who doesn't love that when a woman has sex with a corpse? Give us the AI synopsis for Mrs. Doubtfire.
DMX! This is the weirdest thing ever. So it says, after a bitter divorce, a voice actor disguises himself as an elderly Scottish-British female. Would you say Scottish-British?
No, she's
just hyphenated.
British. I mean, she's claiming to be British. She's not actually from anywhere. She's fictional.
British female. It says Scottish-British female housekeeper to work for his former wife to spend time with his children.
Yeah, man. Is this? It's based on a book, but I don't know if this is a concept that, like, I guess this is maybe the first time. Maybe that was the first. Like, this isn't like a premise that you've seen a lot of. Like a guy cross dresses to take care of his kids after he gets divorced. Like, you don't see that one a lot.
Yeah, you don't.
And I never read the book, but honestly, man, it's a huge movie in 1993. We had it on VHS. I watched it 1 million times. I loved it.
1,000 million times.
I still really liked it. Watching it. I mean, some of the. Like the whole premise is like very sitcom-y, where it's like, hey, it's super wacky. Like there's all these scenes where Robin Williams is like, he's going to be regular Robin Williams and then he's going to be Mrs. Doubtfire. In the same scene, he's like running back and forth. He's changing clothes. Like that's very sitcom-y, but still like the movie, like as a whole, still totally works for me.
Yeah, totally agree. I totally agree.
Yeah. Wait, real quick. His name in the movie is Daniel Hillard. Right. And I didn't really think anything about it when I was a kid. But rewatching it, I kept thinking every time they said Daniel Hillard, what's Daniel Hillard make you think of?
Dalton Hilliard? I have no
Dalton
idea.
Hilliard. Yeah, that's what I was thinking the whole time. I was like, why is that name so close to Dalton Hilliard? I'm like, there's a good chance we're the only podcast this year that's going to say Dalton Hilliard out loud. Even some of the Saints podcasts.
I was going to say, unless there's a Saints podcast that talks about old players, that's pretty much it. Dalton Hilliard.
All right.
Number 21 in our number 1 in our hearts and number 21 in
number
your program.
21 in our programs. Dalton Hilliard. That guy was good at football.
Legs never stop moving.
$25 million budget and grossed $441 million.
Did all right.
Number 2 behind Jurassic Park, and Jurassic Park was the biggest movie ever. So that means that this movie would have been one of the biggest movies of all times had it not come out in the year that Jurassic Park came out. I didn't get a chance to look up exactly where it would have been on the all-time charts, but $441 million is a ludicrously large movie, and on a $25 million budget, it's unheard of.
Yeah, but you think it still would be pretty high even now that we've hit the Star Warses and the Lord of the Ringses and the Marvel movies? It probably drops a lot further down, right? They're making more money than they did before.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That's a conversation maybe for one of our end of the year podcasts that don't talk about a specific movie, because it's kind of dumb to just track movies based on the gross, because when we were kids, movie tickets cost like $3 and now they cost $18.50. So the movie ought to make a lot more money.
Plus they it only cost $25 million, like you said.
Yeah.
You can't make a Marvel movie for $25 million. You can't even make a Marvel TV show for that.
No, you can't. I don't even think you can make an episode of like Married at First Sight for $25 million. I think every show costs more than that.
Jesus. So how can you do it? Do you do it by like,
well, if you
change the ticket sales and also like how much compared to the budget?
If you look up number of tickets sold, you can do a list. You can look at a list of films by the number of tickets sold.
Oh man, that's cool.
Some of the biggest ones are movies I never heard of that were in China, but like looking at the like worldwide, Titanic number 1, Avengers Endgame number 2, original Star Wars from 1977 number 3, Avatar number 4, but like Gone with the Wind is like number 6. Like if you look at the gross, Gone with the Wind, they made like $11 because movies were a nickel, but 285 million tickets worldwide. And spoiler alert, worldwide in 1939 was just here. There wasn't like, I don't even think they had movie theaters or they didn't like export movies the way they do now. But that I feel like that's a better list because like I'm looking like Titanic, Avengers, Star Wars, Avatar, Gone with the Wind, Sound of Music, E.T., Avengers, Infinity War, 10 Commandments, Dr. Zhivago, Spider-Man, Jaws. Like that seems like a better list.
Yeah, it is.
Like number of tickets.
Like Gone with the Wind, by the way, did come out in 1939. So that's, the tickets were really cheap. The budget for that was $3.8 million and it made $390 million. So that it did all right.
Did pretty well.
Did
made 100 times its budget. Is that about slavery? I never saw it because it seemed like it's really long and it's black and white.
The whole thing's not in black and white. It's only 238 minutes.
Pass. Maybe when we get back to 1939 on Patreon, 50 years from now, we'll talk about that.
Oh man, if that ever happens, that means
it could happen if AI takes over for me and you and our grandkids keep running the podcast with our voices.
And just keep using our voice.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That would be horrible, but I won't be around, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, who cares?
Awards, kind of a bunch of awards because this thing was spectacular.
Yeah, it had a lot of awards. So it won like the first one that pops up when you look at it on like Wikipedia is best hair and makeup.
Yeah,
and I thought that was funny because it really like that's the first thing I thought of is like, man, they really made Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack made him look like an old lady.
They did
so well. It won best makeup on the Academy Awards. It won top box office films at the ASCAP thing. Best motion picture for a music or comedy at the Golden Globes. Best actor, Robin Williams. Kids' Choice Awards, it won a bunch of them. It won MTV Movie Awards. People's Choice Awards. It won all kinds of stuff. It covered the whole gambit. It got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, totally. And the hair and makeup should have won an Oscar because it was ridiculous. It was so good. Because I'm like, now I'm old and I'm looking at it going like, could a 14-year-old be fooled by their own father wearing a fake face and then talking with his own like British impersonation? But dude, when he walks in the door, it's like, actually, I think I might be fooled by that.
Yeah, I mean his hands were ginormous.
And he had to shave him because he's freaking hairy like a gorilla.
He kept wearing the long sleeves and the. But for reals, something about like when he called her that very first time as Mrs. Doubtfire, I was like, damn, his voice is he's really good at this. Like Robin Williams is really good at voices. Like it doesn't sound anything like Robin Williams.
The director, Chris Columbus, who also directed Home Alone and Harry Potter and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Perfect director for this movie. He said he's got over 700 hours of footage from this movie that didn't get used. And you know that it's like 680 hours of Robin Williams ad-libs.
Yeah, just going to town.
So that's why I was kind of thinking, like, I was looking up stuff about the editor. I'd never really look into the editor or the cinematographer because I just don't know that much about those parts of the movie, and we only got an hour here. Right. But I was like, whoever had to go through 700 hours of Robin Williams takes to put this movie together did a fantastic job because I know that's not easy.
I don't even know how like, I mean, I guess you got to be the person. You know how I am. I'm like Celine Dion French album, got to keep it. So it's hard for me to get rid of stuff. I can't imagine how much funny stuff that person, Raja Gosnell, cut out of this movie.
Well, dude, I think that's why the movie's 2 hours long because they could have easily cut 20 minutes out of it, but they probably were like, no, that's hilarious. We got to keep that.
Absolutely. Every time.
Sequel spinoffs. It's based on a book. This is the first time that the book is adapted for film.
There was a Bonnie Hunt sequel that was going to happen.
They Bonnie Hunt talked about doing a sequel in like the early 2000s. Didn't happen. I think did they make this a musical or they just talked about making it a musical?
No. In 2013, it started as a musical and then it made its way to Broadway. And then COVID happened and it shut down. And then it officially opened on Broadway December 5th, 2021. It is, it's coming to the Sanger. So apparently it's a thing. It's traveling around. I don't know how you make this a musical.
I don't either. I mean, it's got plenty of great songs. Maybe they just sing Dude Looks Like a Lady and Walk Like a Man and Papa's Got a Brand New Bag.
Yeah. And who takes, like, I didn't even try to like recast this. Who takes Robin Williams' place?
I don't have any idea.
You know what I'm saying? Who's as fast as him now?
Nobody now or like ever. But I think this movie would not have gotten made and it would not have been as big a hit if you'd have put somebody else other than Robin Williams in it. But I think you could rebuild this movie without someone as like crazy as Robin Williams playing that part and have it kind of still work.
Right.
I could totally see like Adam Sandler being Mrs. Doubtfire and like dressing like a woman and he still sometimes is like
back off, buddy.
And then he goes back into his Mrs. Doubtfire voice, but he's also like, he can like play some of the heavy scenes heavy. It just wouldn't be like a million zingers like Robin Williams.
Yeah. So how many, you got to think that most of those are him making them up.
I'm positive that almost all of them are. Like, I can't imagine, why would you even write a script for Robin Williams? What's the point of that? He's not going to read it.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's like a dramatic scene, maybe, but if it's like you're going to say some quips, you probably don't have to write any dialogue. It's just like the script probably says family walks out of the pool and he's going, look, Natalie, not a single body that's seen in nature. That's called liposuction. Not everyone has a personal trainer. Like he's firing off like 30 a minute.
Yeah.
He's just doing that all day.
Like when he's sitting there with the lady that's going to get him the job.
Yeah.
And she's like, you do voices. What do you mean? Like, what do you, and he just goes off like, and it's just
that scene is way too long. And I know there's probably another 2 hours of footage from him. Just
that's what I'm saying. It's not even like one long take. It's a bunch of cuts.
Yeah.
So, there was so many of them in there.
Well, dude, it's like the thing with Robin Williams in the like lawsuit for Aladdin, because they had all this extra footage of him doing the genie, and they were just using it for promotional stuff. And he's like, "You're not allowed to do that."
Right.
Like they could make another couple Aladdin movies with the extra Robin Williams footage they have from the genie.
Yeah. Oh man, that's great. So, do you like it when he goes, like, you go see him on a late night show, and he's talking to somebody, and he just goes off, and like he's standing up and he's sitting down and he's twirling around and he's pretending to walk.
No, that's my least favorite Robin Williams. That's why I've never really liked his stand up. That's like so manic, it kind of gives me a headache. Like immediately. Really? It's like, dude, all right, you're so extra. I'm having a hard time right now. I really like when he's well directed and he like can show the humor, and they can pick the funniest 2 lines out of he gave you 1,000.
Right.
And then like he has some scenes where he can show some heart. That's why I really like Hook. I know that Hook is not as great as it was when I was a kid after we watched it in season 1.
Yeah.
He's got some great, really funny parts in there and some like real heart in that movie.
So my dad's always liked Robin Williams, and he's like, oh man, he's so quick. He's so fast. But you see him on a late show, and David Letterman's like, hasn't gotten a word in edgewise, and he's freaking standing on the chair and pretending like he's jumping off of a ski lift. And I was like, at a certain point, I'm just like, all right, man, we get it. Come on. Well,
dude, it's like Kevin Smith, who you and I both love. I heard him on a podcast one time, and he has like 3 podcasts of his own, but he came on like, I think it was Bill Simmons. Yeah. And I looked at the timer on the podcast because it was 11 minutes, and Bill Simmons hadn't asked him a single question. He was just talking the whole time. He was monologuing, like just jumping from point to point with like, I was like, this is the easiest interview in the world. The guy just said, and today on the podcast is Kevin Smith. And then he took 11 minutes off.
And then he just left. Go have a smoke break and come on back because, geez.
And that's what I feel like it would be like interviewing Robin Williams.
Yeah. You don't have to say much.
Do you remember when and where you first saw this? I just remember having it on VHS. I remember the VHS cover, and I remember watching it all the time. I'm sure my parents were furious with how many times I watched this movie.
I definitely watched it. We had it on VHS. This was one we bought. I saw this in the theater with my parents, though. I remember seeing it in the actual theater. This was the one over by Southeastern. That's now
University.
Yeah, University Theater. That's now a church.
Now a church of some sort. Nice. Yeah. All right. Where'd you rate it? How many chimney dogs?
No 7s. So I gave it a 6.5 because I had fun, and it wasn't as funny as I remember. And a couple of times, the more, the longer we do this podcast, the more I realize how important target audiences are.
Yep.
Certain movies are made for, like, especially after we did Weekend at Bernie's, I was like, I know I like that more than JT did because of the nostalgia and because I remember watching it and loving it and seeing it through the eyes of my kids. The same thing with this. Like, this is definitely made for not somebody who has a house and watches this guy bring an entire petting zoo inside the house and dances on top of the dining room table. Are you out of your goddamn mind? Like, what? So, like, there's part of me that was like, it's Robin Williams. I understand they're just setting up the movie. It's totally funny. Dude's wicked hilarious. But come on, man.
I like that one of my first thoughts watching this, at least like the first 20 minutes, as an adult who's married and has a kid who's exactly like yours, is like, I understand why someone would divorce that guy, because what the hell is he doing?
Yeah.
He's got a freaking pony inside the house, just like drinking out of their fish tank. He's dancing on the table, a freaking jump around. Like, of course they're going to get divorced. Well, what the hell? She's already got 3 kids. She doesn't need a 4th one.
Right. First thing I wrote on here, Robin Williams is a huge dick. I can't believe she was with him for as long as she was. Like,
Yeah.
Of course she left him.
But that's part of the good thing about the movie. That's one of the things that I like 30 years later is like, I don't know if I don't like Sally Field's performance or that I don't like her character, but I don't like one of the two. But I totally understand why things went the way they went. And I like that it gives each of them a chance to have an arc. Like Robin Williams, he learns how to clean up and he learns how to make dinner and he learns how to be a grown up because he was a shitty
40s.
partner. Yeah. So
He should have learned that.
He totally should have. But like, again, especially in 1993, I get you can see how it started there and why it ended the way that it did.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
Anyway.
So I gave it 6.5. What'd you give it?
I went back and forth between 6.5 and an 8 because with no 7s. And I was kind of leaning 6.5 and I just kept thinking, like I was rereading my notes. Like the music was so good. Every song that dropped was the perfect song at the perfect time.
Right.
And I bumped it up to an 8 just for that. Like it's still really funny. It's still got a lot of heart. And
it is.
I was also thinking, like, given that it's a movie that's 30 years old, that's about a character who cross-dresses, I like that they didn't really get a lot of comedy from cheap jokes about a guy dressed as a woman.
They definitely could have.
Because I think that, like, if you look at, like, Tu Wong Fu, there's a lot more, like, and even, like, Birdcage and stuff, like, there's a lot more humor that right now, 30 years later, would go like, that's a really insensitive joke. And this one didn't do a lot of that.
Yeah, and that's good, right?
Yeah.
Totally. That's what I like.
And I like the ending. I like that they didn't get the couple back together because I feel like that probably was unusual in the early 90s to not do the happily ever after. They were like, hey, they stayed divorced, but then they're friendly. He's going to spend time with the kids. Like, that's a happy ending, not like everything got magically fixed and they all moved back into the house together. Right.
I like that too. That it's a do you say that's a happy ending?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a realistic positive outcome. It's not like it's not a happily ever after where like they continued to be married and all their problems were magically fixed.
Right. Yeah. That's the sitcom ending.
Right. And that's what the studio wanted originally. And the original writer felt so strongly that they shouldn't write that ending that they quit rather than rewrite it. And then they hired another writer to rewrite it. And when that writer rewrote it, they all reached the same conclusion. It's like, actually, we shouldn't get them back together.
Right.
Which is a good call.
Yeah. By the way, Sally Fields looked like every 90s lady that I've ever met ever in my life.
Dude, she's got the freaking football helmet hair.
Yeah, the football helmet hair. She's like the pleated pants with the tucked in shirt. She acted 90s. She looked 90s.
All right, give us let's do scenes. What's your best scene?
All right, this is in no particular order for me. The very first one that I wrote down was the callers montage. So she takes out an ad for a housekeeper, and he decides he's going to call and just be different people each time, and make the calls over the top horrible. And the one where he's like, yeah, get back in the cage. Oh, maybe get the hose again. Like stuff like that. And he's like, yes, I am Job.
I am Job.
And he just keeps saying that. And then finally she's like, the position was already filled. Thank you. And like hangs up. And you could tell like she's had enough. And that's when he first calls with his Doubtfire voice. Well, hello, dear. I'm like, oh man, that's really good. I liked it. So it was a montage. And I know you like a montage, but I don't know if you like that montage.
I didn't have that one on my list. I did have a montage. That was one of my favorite scenes. But yeah, even that one was the first time he's doing the Mrs. Doubtfire voice. He's like, oh, so cool. Here I am babbling away to when you should be telling me about your children. He's like, well, I have 2 girls. Oh, 2 girls apples of your eye. No doubt. Like every time she says anything, he's like throwing in a little quip.
Oh, little prince. Yes, I love it. Like, yeah, I really like, I like his Doubtfire voice, and it's uncanny how he can change his voice that much because he did a great job.
Yeah,
but he always does.
That's a good scene. My first one is I just had the opening scene. The movie starts with Robin Williams doing voiceover for a cartoon. He's Figaro, 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 Figaro.
Yeah.
And dude, it's long. It's like a long opening scene of him doing the Figaro song where there's like a cartoon bird on the screen and he's in a soundstage. And I was like, God, this is just a perfect. Not that he needed to do anything other than be Robin Williams, but he could have been just a voiceover actor and been like freaking Mel Blanc and done 9 million voices.
All the voices. And then he kept adding extra stuff, even though it wasn't in the script.
And then he got fired. No, wait, he quit because the bird was smoking a cigarette.
Yeah, and you didn't want to teach the kids to smoke.
Yeah, well, because I thought that was a good way to, number one, show you what the movie's going to be like. Robin Williams doing a bunch of funny voices.
Right.
And number two, show you about the character, Dalton Hilliard.
Dalton Hilliard loves his kids and loves
taking a
kids in
principled
general.
stand and getting fired from his job and being
Right.
like a guy who loves his kids and has morals and principles, but is also kind of a screw up because he just got fired. And then went and picked his kids up. And you could tell because as soon as he picks his kids up, he's like, they're like, I thought you couldn't come today. He's like, no, I got off work early. And his daughter's like, no, you got fired. He's like, no, I quit. So it's like they already know that like he's such a screw up, he gets fired a lot.
Yeah, God, that sucks. I don't want to be that dad.
No.
Yeah, good call. My second one is when they're sitting around the dinner table after they get divorced. He's allowed to have visitation rights with the kids, and they're eating some disgusting Chinese food or something. And he jokingly says, I hope she gets amoebic dysentery. And then the other kid, the older son, was like, yeah, that means she gets diarrhea for like forever. And like, oh yeah, sometimes you could die. And the little girl's like, you want mommy to die? And like that whole thing where he was, to me, that shows like he's such a screw up that he still hasn't figured out that you can't say certain stuff in front of your kids.
Dude, and then in the exact same this exact same scene, she shows up early to pick up the kids, and they're like, that's mom, we got to go. And he's like, just hold on a second. He's like, you're my goddamn kids too.
Yeah. And she repeats
and then Sally Fields comes in, and the 5-year-old goes, yeah, we're his goddamn kids too.
She says it with her little lisp. It's fantastic.
That freaking kid, Mara Wilson, is an absolute, was perfect casting.
Yeah, she really was. Yeah, I like that scene. Because it showed, like you said, we should show that he's learning, and we show that he cares about his kids, but he still hasn't figured it out yet.
That's a good one, especially because there's another scene later in the movie where once he's like become Mrs. Doubtfire, that his apartment is like perfectly decorated. He's like making spaghetti, and he made the garlic bread. And he's like got his freaking shirt button down, tucked in, and like house is all clean. Like you could tell he's like, hey, I'm growing. I've learned stuff as a person. I'm better now.
Right.
Sometimes my second scene is the dude looks like a lady montage.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Dude, I can see it in my mind. I've seen it so many times. Like it's just it's like an establishing crane shot looking out at San Francisco Bay of a field, and you just hear that dude looks like a, and he's playing soccer in his Mrs. Doubtfire outfit.
Yeah.
He's like watching Julia Childs taking notes because there's no internet. He's trying to learn how to cook. So he's literally writing down stuff from a cooking show where he can't pause or rewind.
Right. You gotta jot it down when it happens.
He's riding the bike as Mrs. Doubtfire with the kid in the freaking seat behind him, but he's checking out chicks. He foils a purse snatcher and like raises up like he's gonna smack the guy with his fist. Just that whole montage was great.
It broke his bag. I don't know what it is about the soccer part that you were talking about. Like when I picture Mrs. Doubtfire, that's what I was picturing right away.
Yeah.
Like the part where he slams his face into the cake. Oh, hello. That and the soccer are the two things that I remember of all the things.
Yeah.
It's just like you said, it's like ingrained in my brain. I
don't either, man. I wish I knew because my toddler is just starting to watch movies. Not really, but he'll sit through like 20 minutes or something. And so I've been showing him Toy Story just like 20 minutes at a time. And I'm like, oh, I hope this imprints because if he's going to watch a movie 1,000 times, I would love it if it was Toy Story.
Yeah. Toy Story 1?
Oh, yeah. We start at the beginning. Toy Story 1.
I hope he gets Toy Story. I want him to get 2 stuck to where he watches that a bunch. That's my jam.
I know. But even Toy Story 1 is fantastic.
Oh, they're all good. They're all good.
But I got him hooked on the You've Got a Friend song. And then I was like, hey, you know what else? There's actually a video with that song. And then once he got hooked on the video, I was like, you know what else there is? There's an even longer video where the song's only on part of it. And then it's just it's Buzz and Woody, and they're doing stuff.
Yeah.
And then like, dude, because it gets dark at like 4 p.m. and it's 25 degrees. And it's like, we're just going to watch 35 minutes of Toy Story.
Wait till you take him to Hollywood Studios and he sees a freaking Buzz Lightyear walk past and give him a high five. He's going to poop his pants. So awesome.
That'll be awkward because it'll probably be 20 when that happens. What's your third scene?
My last scene is probably my favorite. It's when Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack make him a woman. I love me some Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack.
Dude, and that's got so many in jokes that barely make sense to me that I'm sure nobody under the age of 40 is going to understand it all.
Right. All of the references.
Joan Collins, like, I don't think I have the strength.
And he's doing
Shelley
like
Winters or Shirley MacLaine? What's the difference? Little red hair dye?
Dude, he's doing the home facelift. He's doing they're doing the Streisand impressions. Like they're doing,
he's doing the red fingernails. He's like doing he's talking like he's from Miami or from Cuba.
Yeah. Plus, who doesn't love Harvey Firestein's voice?
Harvey Firestein's got the best voice.
I don't even understand how you do that, but I freaking love it.
Yeah.
It's all gravelly. It's freaking great. I loved him in Independence Day.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
When he's yelling at, what's his name? Tall guy? The Fly? What's his name?
Jeff Goldblum.
And he's like, David, am I supposed to leave? I got to get my mother on the phone. I'm like, oh my God. I just want to hang out with that dude. I wonder if he's like that in real life. He's got to be, right? Every part he plays, he talks like that. That's got to be his voice.
I don't think he's faking the voice.
Well, I know, but Robin Williams did for a whole movie, so I was just making sure.
Yeah, but I've never seen Harvey Firestein talk any way other than that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. It's got to be his voice. He talks like that.
Maybe we can get him on the podcast when we do Independence Day in 1996 and ask him.
Oh my God, I would lose it. I freaking love that dude. That's fantastic. Start working on it.
Yeah, I'll get that on my to-do list.
Mike Jones, get on that.
Yeah, intern
Mike. So what's your third?
My third scene was not really one of the big scenes for the movie, but looking back, it's like this one I never would have picked when I was a kid and I had this on VHS, but now I actually think it's where he's talking with Sally Fields, but he's in his Mrs. Doubtfire costume, but they're like sitting at the table and they're just having like a conversation about why their marriage ended. And obviously like she doesn't know that that's her husband. She thinks that's her housekeeper, but I don't know. There's some funny parts in that scene, but I really think this stuff like that shows the heart of this movie. And I think it's pretty awesome to have like an dishonest because he's dressed as a housekeeper who's British, but conversation with an ex about why you got divorced without anyone because the whole rest of the movie, they're just arguing. Right. She's just sitting there calmly, like sipping her tea while Sally Fields tells her why basically laying out why Dalton Hilliard was not a good husband and like why they got divorced.
So wouldn't it be nice to be able to hear that? I mean, that's basically what you're saying. It'd be nice to be able to hear like what you did wrong.
Yeah. And then I think he's able to take that and then like learn how to cook and tuck his freaking shirt in and, get a better job and do all that stuff. I like
how we think that she divorced him because he kept untucking his shirt.
No, I think it's more that the movies want us to think that means he's more responsible because he tucked his shirt in. Because I haven't tucked my shirt in like 25 years.
Oh man, I very rarely tuck my shirt in either.
And when I hear complaints from my wife, never once are they about whether or not my shirt is tucked in. I'm pretty sure that's not high on the list of things that she wants me to do better at.
It may be if you had done everything else right, the shirt tail would be on there, but you don't have to worry about that.
I would just say, look, hey, that's a deal breaker. I'm not tucking my shirt in. It's not a funeral. or a wedding. I'm not tucking it in.
I will die on this hill. There's no tucking the shirt in. I'd rather get a divorce and get amoebic dysentery.
I would get amoebic dysentery. I'll move into a refrigerator box under an overpass and I'll have my shirt untucked all the time. But yeah, I put that scene in there just because I thought it was actually really cool that they put it in there. I thought it was important for his character. And I kind of think that maybe if you wanted to make this movie now, you would probably skip over some of that stuff where you kind of build out the character arcs.
Yeah, they don't like that anymore. You don't need the character arcs anymore. You just need aliens, explosions, breasts, aliens with big exploding breasts. That's all you need.
All right, let's do quotes. What's your first quote?
My first quote will never not be the words, Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack.
Yeah.
When the daughter's talking to him, he's like, when they figure out that it's his dad, it's their dad. And they're like, who did this? He's like, Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. It's just a bodysuit. I didn't have the surgery. Like when he said Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack, that's a throwaway line. They literally say it one time. And I remembered it ever since. Like I freaking loved it. Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. That's my first.
Yeah. And for those of you who don't remember the movie, haven't watched it in the last 24 hours like Jeff and I have, Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack are both men. That's his brother and his brother-in-law who are like makeup artists.
That's why you go with the names Frank and Jack, because those will never not be men's names.
Yeah.
So you can't say like Uncle Frank and Aunt Terry, because that could be.
Yeah, don't tell Jackie Kennedy that her name is a boy's name. But
that's Jack Gay. Jack Hay. Jack Hay. Are we doing Ladybugs so we can do Jack Hay?
When is Ladybugs? We might have already missed it.
Yeah, we probably passed that one.
I think we did.
All I know is I got a lot of balls. Freaking
Ladybugs is 92. We missed. We didn't.
Oh, we missed it. That's all right. We'll do it in our dreams. Jack.
Yeah.
A.
Jack A. Hey.
Yeah, Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack. I loved. That's my first quote.
Dude, two of my 3 quotes came from the scene where they're at the pool, and it could have been more than that. I had to stop because there's so many Robin Williams quips that I was like, I don't even know. I wrote down like 10. I was like, I don't. But the first one I wrote was they walk up to the pool. I don't know why she's there. It's Pierce Brosnan.
Why did they?
It's Sally Fields. It's the kids. And for some reason they bring Mrs. Doubtfire. Pierce Brosnan. That's how you say his name.
Brosnan.
And she's just like, dude, she's just laying on quips as they go to the pool. He's like, but the one that I wrote down is like, look, Natalie, not a single body that you'd see in nature.
So that's got to be just him just riffing. They just turn the camera on, right?
Yes.
How do you make the other people not lose it while he's going crazy?
Well, dude, Lisa Jacobs said that when Chris Columbus was talking about, hey, I have all this 700 hours of extra footage, I might make a documentary about Mrs. Doubtfire. She said on Instagram or something, she's like, no one's talked to me about that, but like count me in if you need anything. I can also tell you that like most of that footage is just going to be me ruining takes, laughing at Robin Williams.
That's the daughter, yeah?
Yeah, that's the oldest daughter.
That's
who's also on Independence Day, by the way.
Circular. I don't know that I make it. If I'm on the scene with Robin Williams and he's doing the thing, I don't think.
Yeah, dude, there's no chance because they're walking through the gates to this freaking pool club, and he drops like 7 quotes, and and I know the stuff that he's saying to Pierce Brosnan. I know that's all unscripted. Like, remember when she freaking rips the hood ornament off his Mercedes? He's like, that big expensive cars. Normally they say people who drive big expensive cars are to make up for smaller genitals, but I can see that's not the case with you, strapping lad such as yourself.
Right?
But she just, dude, it's like nonstop machine gun patter, like under her breath, and then she just walks away before the person has a chance to react. I know that's all made up, like all improv.
What goes on inside of that? Well, nothing now, but what went on inside? Well, like, how do you even think of that many references?
I don't know. And also I don't want, I'm so glad that my inside of my brain is not like that, because I don't know how would I tolerate that?
Well, you use a belt, you go in your closet.
What's your next quote?
My other quote is my only other quote. I didn't have a third one. When the kid, he's leaving and telling the kids bye. The grandmother, like obviously her mother, standing at the door. And the little girl, Natalie, she's like, we're in the middle of Charlotte's Web. Who's going to finish it? Well, grandma will finish it. And then she gets really close and is like, she's not as good. She always skips parts and she never does the voices. And she smells funny too. When she says she skips parts and never does the voices, that Cece says that about Kat every time. Well, I don't want mom to read it. She doesn't do any of the voices. I'm like standing on a chair, covering my eye, making a patch and pretending to have a sword. And I'm like yelling in a pirate's voice. And Kat's like, she's like, yeah. And then the pirate jumped off the side of the boat. Let's see what else happened. She's like skipping pages. This little girl she is Cece. She's saying exactly what Cece told me. So it hit home for me. So I was like, oh yeah. She skips parts and she never does the voices.
Yeah, I thought you were going to say, she smells funny. That's the formaldehyde. That's why Reddy's so well preserved.
She's so well preserved. Yes.
Yeah. I thought dude, there's so many lines in here that are perfect Jeff and Jerry Horn lines. I can't believe
so many.
Like, it's like my husband, he was fond of the drink. He was like, no, he was hit by a Guinness truck. It was quite literally the drink that killed him.
It literally was the drink that killed him. Dude, I think I was overwhelmed.
I know, there's so many of them.
I have like 7 or 8 things written down, but I didn't want to list them as a quote.
Yeah.
Because I just feel
get back in your cell. Don't make me get the hose. Or hello.
Right.
Yeah, my next one was also from the pool scene. And dude, since I watched the movie yesterday and today thinking about doing the podcast, even if I remember him saying the line, it makes me giggle. Because it was a run by fruiting. I don't know why.
He just picks up an orange.
He picks up a lime and he wails Pierce Brosnan in the back of the head with it in his Mrs. Doubtfire outfit, because Pierce Brosnan was talking shit about Robin Williams' parenting, Dalton Hillier's parenting.
Right.
And he turns around and she goes, "Oh, it was some terrorists from the kitchen staff. Did you not tip them? They went that way. It was a run by fruiting.
Like, and he's like turning around, looking all around, like, who was that? I'll find him.
I never don't laugh when I think of it was a run by fruiting.
A run by fruiting. Do we still have drive-by shootings? Is that as big as it used to be?
I don't think it's. I'm sure it probably is as big, but it's not like as big a news story anymore,
right?
Because they can't tie it to rap music, I guess. But yeah, there's definitely still plenty of shootings in vehicles.
Yeah. Because that was the joke right there. That was a big thing in the early '90s. Everybody was like, "Drive-by shootings." Oh no.
Yeah. Well, dude, what year did like Tupac and Biggie get shot?
I don't know, 96-ish, somewhere in there.
Yeah, 96. 25. Poor Pac. And then he released like 19 more albums.
Yeah.
He's like Robin Williams. He had a bunch of stuff in the can.
He is living fine in Argentina with Hitler and Jesus. I don't know.
Yeah, dude headlined a festival like 5 years ago. It was a hologram.
It's a hologram.
And then the third one that I had was Carpe Dentum, Seize the Teeth.
Seize the Teeth. Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, how do you have all of that in your head at one time?
I don't, but
it's bonkers to me.
It's not like it was that funny of a line, but as I was thinking about it, I was like, all right, I got to write that down because first of all, like he's Mrs. Doubtfire. He loses the freaking teeth and the glass, like the Chardonnay, and he and Pierce Brosnan are both trying to get him out of there. He's like, oh, a spoon, how clever. Let's make a pincer.
Yeah.
But then I was thinking about it. The reason that I know about Carpe Diem at this point in time is because of Robin Williams and Dead Poets Society.
Right.
That's how people our age learned what Carpe Diem meant. So for him to bring it back for Carpe Dentum, Seize the Teeth, that's not only a great joke, it's a callback to Dead Poets Society.
Yeah. Yes. Of course, I don't know why. Maybe it was the way you just said Carpe Diem. I pictured the guy from Community. Remember that one teacher?
Yeah.
Where he's like, seize the day, Mr. Winger.
And he's like, seize a present day reference.
Oh, man. And he was trying that whole episode to try to look cool and do like he was, it wasn't planned. That's great. I don't know why it made me think of that when you said that.
I have just been rewatching Community. That might have been part of why I like that quote. But honestly, man, Dead Poet Society callback.
Yeah, no, it definitely is. It definitely is. And you're right. That's like Carpe Diem. Like I knew about that from that movie.
1989. We were going to do it on Patreon, but we did Weekend at Bernie's
instead.
Even though Dead Poet Society was like the fourth biggest movie of the year. And Weekend at Bernie's made like $13. All right. Best characters. Who's number one for you?
Number one is Robin Williams as Dalton Hilliard and Eugenia Doubtfire.
Euphigenia Doubtfire. Yeah, man.
Euphigenia. That's it.
He's great. He's always so extra, but when you get him in the right part, it's fantastic. Like same thing with Good Morning Vietnam. He's so extra in Good Morning Vietnam, but it's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the right editor. Yeah. The person in charge of editing Robin Williams, I can't even imagine.
Yeah. That's why there's 700 hours left of it over.
Oh my God.
That's so much hours. That's so many hours.
It sounds like it's made up. I kind of wonder, like, is it kind of like, because, you know, when I go to the gym, I film my lift and then I send it to my trainer so he can tell me if I'm doing it right because I can't see myself.
Yeah.
And it's like 45 seconds. It's a 45-second clip, but it's like I set up the camera, I press record, I walk over there, I get the bar, it's like 18 seconds of me actually doing stuff. Is it all right? Is all the footage like that? There's like a lot of dead time because I can't imagine
people are just giggling.
Is so long. Yeah.
700 hours. That's like almost a month, isn't it? Like it's a.
Yeah, that's it's what is it? 168 hours in a week or something?
24. So 29 and some change. 29 days, right?
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long, long time. Did they even film for that long? 700 hours might be hyperbole.
It could be. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the shooting schedule was on this movie. I didn't see it.
Yeah.
700 Robin Williams.
But Robin Williams
number
is
one.
my first. Yeah. Who's your second?
Wait, hold on. Again on Robin Williams because we haven't done him since Hook. I think he's kind of like we're going to get into the big Jim Carrey era starting in 94.
Yeah.
He has 3 huge movies in 94. I think he's kind of like Robin Williams in that he can be way, way, way too much. But if you get him in the right part, with the right director and the right editor, is just like if you can like harness it, there's like nobody better.
Right.
But it just you need like the right team to like harness that like just frenetic maniacal energy.
Towards the end, though, he was less all over the place.
Well, that's why I'm kind of wondering. Like, Good Will Hunting is 98, I think, or 99, and he's not doing quippy Robin Williams stuff there. But I wonder if that was a conscious decision on his part, or if it was a real pain in the ass for the director to be like, "Hey, man, we're not joking here. You're a therapist."
Right.
I don't know the answer. But he's able to like bring it in, but I don't know.
Even like the movies where he's like this, where they're kind of goofy and stuff, just it's a comedy. He's still not all over the place like he used to be. I like that.
Yeah, well, I mean, even in Dead Poet Society in 1989, he wasn't all over the place.
Right.
But when he turned it loose, it's like, holy shit, dude! How are we gonna like get that done?
Cocaine.
All right, who's your second character?
Second is your absolute favorite, Sally Field, dude. I'm sorry, she looked like some mom that was picking up a kid in 1990 at school. Like she just looked. I know it was the 90s, and that's why she looked like that. But she played the perfect angry mom, and I always think Sally Field is funny. I think she's great. I put her down. I think she should have left his ass, like we said in the beginning.
She totally should have.
The straw that broke the camel's back was literally a camel standing in the living room
in a pile of straw, eating the birthday cake. I really like Sally Fields. I don't know what it is about this movie. I don't know if it's her performance or if it's the character, but I didn't like one of the two, and I'm not sure which. Although I'm with you, man. She totally should have left him. She was the adult and he was the kid, and that does suck to have to be the serious parent when the other parent is the fun parent who's like dancing on the table while a freaking horse walks through your living room.
With your hat sideways. He was freaking hamming it up. Dude, I don't know that there's a time where that I'm not going to pick a Sally Fields character. She plays it she's so good at it. I don't know. I really like it.
Yeah, she's definitely good. And you got to be the straight man next to Robin Williams / Mrs. Doubtfire, which is not an easy part to play. And she's great at it. But for something about it, I just didn't like just this time through. And I remember as a kid not loving it either, but I didn't have to I didn't care really then. I'll just fast forward to the next Mrs. Doubtfire scene.
If you want somebody in their late 30s at that time to play that part, you're looking at like the Gina Davises. Guess who else is also 37 this year in 1993?
I don't know.
Jack Hay, Harry. What are the odds? But like Rita Wilson, Linda Hamilton, Paige O'Hara from what you call it? Beauty and the Beast?
Yeah, Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. But like Kim Cattrall, Bo Derek, all those people, they were 37 back then.
Yeah.
So I don't know that
none of
those
sounds like the
people.
right answer either.
Yeah,
so I don't know.
I don't know that they're funny enough. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, Gina Davis definitely is, but I don't think that's a good part for Gina Davis.
Yeah.
All right. My second one is Mara Wilson. She plays the 5-year-old Natalie. She's freaking perfect. She's got a lisp. She's got a perfect little kid voice. She delivers she's got some like killer like laugh lines that she just lays down like a pro.
It makes me sad to know that she's 36 years old now. Like we're so old, dude. You
know who read for that part? The Mara Wilson part? Blake Lively. Like that's how old the people are who were 5 then. They're in their late 30s now.
That's crazy. I really liked her. She was great in freaking Matilda. My kids freaking love that movie. So she's a great actress, and she did a great job with this part. I don't disagree. I like it.
I just think it's hard to find a really talented 5-year-old to deliver funny lines and like show emotion, and she was badass.
Yeah, she was totally.
In real life, she is a cousin of Ben Shapiro.
I feel sorry for her.
Yeah, she has disavowed him because he sucks. But
some people like him.
But she is related to him.
Yeah, dude, I really like her. And she did a great job. You're right. The lisp, though, wasn't like a regular lisp. It was like tongue was like between the teeth, almost like sticking out when she would say stuff.
Yeah.
And I really like that. Number 3 for me, I got to go Harvey Fierstein. Dude, that guy slays me every freaking time. You told me to watch, somebody told me to watch Bros. Who was that? Was that you?
Oh, yeah.
Dude,
yeah, I love Bros.
He was so funny in that. Like,
that movie's really good, man.
Death to Smoochie. I freaking love me some Harvey Fierstein. He's in, like you said, Independence Day. I can't wait. He's going to be in my list there too.
He voices Yao in Mulan.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Badass. I don't think I put those two together. Yeah, I pick Harvey Fierstein, Uncle Frank of the Uncle Frank and Aunt Jack, and I freaking love it. I want to, if I could perfect his voice or get AI to perfect it, I would have him read a lot of stuff.
Yeah. My third is Robert Prosky, who is Robin Williams' boss at the end of the movie, who gives him the job hosting the show as Mrs. Doubtfire.
Oh, yeah.
But we just talked about that guy. He was the priest on Rudy.
Yeah, he was.
And he was also the guy who took care of the cinema in Last Action Hero, the old guy.
Nick.
Yeah, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
So he's been in this is the third movie that I'm talking about him for 93.
That's awesome.
Big year for him. But I like that guy. He's been around for a million years. He's been in a million things.
He also will be in next year's Patreon because he was also in The Great Outdoors. I have a feeling we're going to do that one.
Dude, we're definitely going to do that.
That movie's funny as hell.
But he's the sort of person that I like doing the podcast about, because I would have never known his name before I was doing the podcast.
Right.
I would have recognized him, like, oh, I know that guy. He's been in stuff. But now it's
Right.
like I get to read about him, and I get to see, like, oh, dude, he was in freaking Hill Street Blues, and he was in Christine with Stephen King, and he's
Right.
Polish. Like I like getting to read about and learn about stuff like that.
Isn't that weird though that we have access to that much information about these people now too? That's crazy.
Yes, it's definitely
That's
weird.
crazy. I like it. That's good stuff.
Those are my three. Pierce Brosnan was really good in this. He's like not yet James Bond or like Thomas Crown Affair or any of that stuff, but
Right.
early Pierce Brosnan. But dude, he's good.
I like
I'm trying to think,
Pierce
when is he kind of like, I guess it's Bond. He doesn't really have a big, I mean, he's got some leading roles, but not in like movies that anyone really remembers.
Brosnan. Right.
Like The Lawnmower Man and like
GoldenEye is when he
Livewire.
takes over.
Yeah, GoldenEye but that's James Bond.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Like that's when he becomes like a big actor. 95.
He's Bond for what? 5 movies? 4 of them.
I can't remember.
He's GoldenEye. He's Tomorrow
Never Dies. He's The World Is Not Enough.
Die
Another Day.
Die Another Day. What was the one you just said? World Is Not Enough.
World Is Not
that's
Enough.
4.
So maybe 4 movies. But I always like that guy. I like Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan.
That's how you say it. I'm telling you.
I know that's how you say it, but it feels like I've been saying it wrong. Brosnan.
Side note, he's 40 in this movie, and he's in way better shape than me, and I'm 43.
Yes. His job, though, is to be in shape. So
yeah, he's a lot better at it than I would be if that was my job.
He totally is.
Writer-directors, Chris Columbus, the director of Home Alone, Harry Potter. Dude, he's just the perfect person to direct this movie.
Yeah,
and he does a great job.
I had no idea that he directed some of those Harry Potter movies because I haven't seen any of them. But I'm eventually going to get there. I want to see them.
Yeah, they're good. He was born, by the way, in a town called Spangler, Pennsylvania.
Get out of town. What are the odds?
Yeah, who knew?
That's amazing.
He worked a lot with John Hughes, like kind of his early days with the Home Alone stuff.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, that's some big movies. If you look at his filmography, like, dude, he was a writer on Goonies and Gremlin, Young Sherlock Holmes, and his first movie directing was Adventures in Babysitting.
Yeah, that's good stuff. He's dude. I got to be honest. A lot of people don't know him from, like, if you say like who directed Home Alone, most people don't know that. I mean, we know that, but like most people don't know that. And but everybody knows Home Alone, so that's awesome. The writers, did you look at some of the stuff the writers did? You were talking about maybe Singer, I think is the last name. Wait, I wrote it down.
Randy Singer.
Yeah. I had some stuff written down. The Tooth Fairy movie that is another movie they wrote.
Yeah, 2010.
It's got The Rock in it.
Nice.
My daughter freaking loves that movie. Watched it 20 times already.
She also wrote for the TV show Jack and Jill, which probably nobody remembers. It was the 99, 2000, 2001. But dude, it was on the WB, but it had like Amanda Peet, Sarah Paulson, Jamie Presley. All those people were in that show.
Oh man, I
remember watching it like back in the day.
I don't remember that show at all. That's
dude,
weird.
I don't think anyone does. You cannot find it anywhere. But when I read it, I was like, oh, dude, I remember that show. It had Amanda Peet in it.
I just clicked on it, and as soon as I saw that they were known for the Tooth Fairy, I was like, oh man, I've already seen that movie like 15 times easy. Cece watched it over and over.
I've never heard of it, but I'm sure I will at some point.
Yeah, you probably will. The other person that wrote was Leslie Dixon.
Yep.
Did a pretty good job. Dude, They did Thomas Crown Affair, by the way, since you're talking about that.
I like that movie.
Yeah. And I like, and they did Pay It Forward. And that was one of my movies that I've always liked too. I don't know if
Yeah, I
we're,
like that one.
if we're going to do that one. That's not till 2000. The AI us can do that one with our grandkids, but
It will still be there.
in 2000,
Yeah.
it's like 7 years.
7
from
years.
now. Yeah, we'll never make it.
Dude, that should be right as the podcast starts to really take off. The podcasts that were started by people who aren't famous it takes like 7 to 10 years before they start really like doing well. So we're going to be right hitting our stride. Right as we get into movies that we don't know that well.
Nice. They also wrote Overboard.
Nice.
with
Goldie Hawn and Kirk Douglas.
Kirk Douglas. Yes. So those are my movies. I like those that the person wrote. So
Yep.
Good job, Leslie Dixon.
Raja Gosnell, the editor. Again, we don't talk about the editors very often, but I know this had to have been a brutal job. And this
So
guy,
much.
just like, he actually edited, he's done a lot of stuff for Chris Columbus. Like, he edited Teen Wolf 2, Good Morning Vietnam, Pretty Woman, Home Alone 2, Rookie of the Year, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Big year for Raja Gosnell editing.
That's a lot of editing. That's good stuff.
Rosenberger.
Gardenhauser.
Yeah, heat up the ice. It's the best of both worlds. The other stuff I had was they talked about the makeup for Robin Williams. They said it was about 3.5 to 5 hours a day.
Crime.
And then it took about an hour to take off. And they said on top of that, they wanted to have him for 10 hours to shoot. That's like 16-hour days.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but I'm sure he got paid fairly well for this movie.
Well, the whole budget was $25 million. I don't know that he got paid all that well. Hopefully he got some backhand on that.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe he got back in.
And the other thing was that Lisa Jacob, who played the oldest daughter, was expelled from her high school because she missed 5 months of the school year for this movie, and they expelled her. And Robin Williams wrote a letter like to her school on her behalf to try to get her back in.
Can you miss 5 months? Like, she wasn't like studying something else? Hopefully she was, yes? Like,
Well, typically when you have kid actors on a project, they have to have a certain number of hours a day of school tutoring. And so
right.
they either go to a school that's like a made up school where it's some homeschool shit, or your school gives you permission to miss the time, but go like, here's your curriculum. You have to still turn in assignments and do whatever. So like, I don't know the full story. I just know that she said like, I got expelled on that movie, and Robin Williams wrote a letter to try to get to let me back in.
5 months is a long time. I have kids right now
Yeah.
that are like, it's called homebound, where they just like, hey, I'm really sick. I'm getting chemo or whatever. So I have to be at home, and I just send them stuff. And they're not like, if you're not there to hear it, I would want my kids to learn all the stuff that they can learn.
Yeah, but you're also like most kids who are going to miss most of a semester to go do a movie are not going to Ponchatoula High. They're going to some school where it's an arts school where that's what everyone's trying to do.
Right. I meant my
a third year class is always out like doing a project.
Yeah. My kids at Ponchatoula High are always out for other things. I'm talking about my children. I don't want them missing 5 months of school.
I don't think I care that much. If they're off doing something fun and they're actually keeping up with the coursework, I can't imagine why they have to sit there all day, the whole time, and hear teachers repeat stuff they probably already knew.
I guess it depends on the age too. I don't know how old.
I mean, 5 months is a long time. Don't get me wrong, but if my son said, I'm going to do a movie with Robin Williams, I'm going to miss some school, I'd be like, we'll figure it out, dude. Don't worry about it.
Yes. She's 44 right now. So yeah, she's our age or my age.
Right. So do you remember anything that we learned in 1993 that we couldn't have missed and learned later? Because I don't.
That was freshman year of high school for me. So
yeah.
I'm sure there was stuff that was important. Can't recall it right now though.
Yeah.
But let me tell you about these Robin Williams quips that I remember.
But do you recall her performance in Mrs. Doubtfire? I think she made the right choice.
Totally did. She made the right choice.
All right. So let's go to the worst. I think the other stuff that's the worst for me, I already talked about. Like, I didn't love the Sally Fields character, even though I like Sally Fields.
Yeah.
Some of the scenes, like any scene where it's Robin Williams and he's got to be Dalton Hilliard and he's got to be Mrs. Doubtfire, it's like very sitcom-y. And it's like a super wacky, like he's just sprinting back and forth and he's like got bodysuit on. He's like putting icing on his face.
They did that twice. Yeah.
They did it twice. And I was like, that's one time too many for me.
Right.
You have to do it in the restaurant, I guess, because he has to get caught. But I didn't like it. That's a bunch of that. Like literally, was like that's a sitcom plot.
Right.
And I think in '93 that is a lot less. Like I'm more cynical about that stuff now than I would have been then.
Right. Absolutely. The only thing I put down is I can't believe they made it 14 years before she divorced him. That's Like I was still shocked.
That is also surprising.
Like I just can't even imagine somebody like Sally Fields not just putting a freaking stop to that right away like that.
Yeah, giving him the stanky boot, sending him right out to the curb.
The stanky boot right to the curb. Yeah, I don't. That's the only thing I wrote. Again, I like the Robin Williams that's quippy. People who are listening, go back and watch Robin Williams on those late shows with like Johnny Carson and David Letterman and all the they're so fast and so all over the place. It's hard to watch. It's almost so too much.
The other thing I had was the whole subplot with his social worker. I thought we could have easily cut out of the movie, and it probably would have saved us like 5 to 7 minutes because it's 2 hours. It's a little bit long, Mrs. Sellner. Because it's like I could have cut like 3 scenes out of there, and you don't really need it for his character arc. You have 2 courtroom scenes already that kind of cover the same stuff.
Right. I do like that lady. She's been in a ton of stuff. She was
Anne Haney. She's in The American President. She's going to be in Liar Liar, which I think is, I don't know if it's next year or in 95, but I love that
that's
movie.
later than that. That's like
in 97.
High school.
Yeah,
7.
You're
Yeah,
right.
I was out of high school for that.
I was in high school.
Dude, she was one of the friends on Mother. And I've always
Nice.
remembered it from that. I freaking love that movie.
But yeah, I just think that's one that I could have cut to save some time.
Yeah, good call. But I got no other bad stuff.
No, and surprisingly not a lot of political incorrectness given that he's like dressing like a woman this whole time.
Right.
Again, shout out. It's pretty good for the early 90s. Probably because it was written by 2 women.
Way good for the early 90s. Man, it could have been way worse.
5 questions. Is it okay for kids?
Like I didn't watch it with my kids, but I wouldn't have a problem with them watching. It's PG-13 though.
Yeah.
I can't figure out why.
I don't know.
Why did they give it PG-13?
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the like movie rating sites where parents go on and say, and some of them are like, yeah, 7-year-old or 10-year-old, and some of them are saying like, oh, the language is like there's sex, they're swearing, like it's just too much for kids. So I don't know. I mean, I have a terrible radar for that because I don't care. But yeah, PG-13, sure, why not?
The site that I used to always go to check that kind of stuff in case I didn't remember is called Common Sense Media, and they say 12. They say 12 plus.
Yeah.
But they also say because they said one F word, one S word. But like, there's no nudity, there's no sex like that, there's no violence.
Well, there's a bunch of like talking about sex, but there's no actual sex.
Right.
Which is probably what it is. Would this movie get made if it were pitched now? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it could.
Yeah, honestly, I'm kind of surprised that no one has talked about. They've talked about like making a sequel, even as recently as the last 10 years, but they haven't talked about just straight up rebooting it, which is kind of surprising to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't recast it, so I don't know who it would be if we redid it.
No, and I think probably it's the guy dressing like a woman part of it that would make it hard to redo now because the like societal like taboos around that are so different and also so kind of hard to work your way through that I think studios would have a hard time figuring out how to make that movie without pissing off a lot of people.
Making people mad, right? Because people find fault in a lot of things. And they, like you said, they did a good job of working around that stuff back in the 90s. They could have been way worse than they were.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, that's the lesson you could still take now. It's like, you can be funny as a man while dressed as a woman without making the joke about that thing.
Right.
Yeah, I couldn't recast it either because it's freaking Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Can you still watch and enjoy this in 2023? Dude,
yeah.
It's awesome. It's on Disney Plus.
Yeah. I was shocked it was on Disney Plus. I didn't know that fell in there, but it's 20th Century Fox. So
yeah, I was very happy to find that out. I watched it twice, and I'm sure I'll watch it again, like in the next couple of years, because I really like
it. Yeah, it's super funny. We need to pour some out for Robin Williams, man.
I know. The good thing about it is that we still have a lot of good Robin Williams movies left to do on the podcast. The bad thing about it is he's not making any more.
Right.
But we still got a lot of his, I think my favorite work of his is still coming up.
Nice. I can't believe we're going to do Flubber. I'm so excited.
Yeah. Flubber. Mark it on your calendars. All right. Thank you guys for listening. We just released Weekend at Bernie's on Patreon. If you want to hear us argue about that, the next episode on the main feed is Wayne's World 2.
Yeah.
And the next episode on Patreon will be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. So
yeah, man, cross all your T's and dot all your lowercase J's.
She wrapped up her damn cat.
Vaya con Dios.
Vaya con Dios.
Can't believe we still say that.
Thanks for listening to Movie Life Crisis. Please subscribe, rate, and review. And remember, don't drive angry.